A flip of the calendar to 2012 has put T2P on the road, the farthest south in the continental United States being Quantum Key West 2012. This is one of those big regattas where everyone has to be there because everyone is there. Big as in numbers and size, One Design fleets and Premier Racing's expert race committees lay a foundation for premier racing. Check out the daily shows on the site for the stories, the parties, the mishaps, and the drama. 2012 will include the Summer Olympic and Paralympic Games in Weymouth, England, and the U.S. has been staffing and tuning up their teams. As of early January, the U.S. Paralympic representatives were still TBA. The International Association for Disabled Sailing held their World Championships this year in Charlotte Harbor, Florida from January 10th through 15th. It being held right before the Miami Olympic Classes Regatta, a short drive away provided a great qualifying system to make the U.S. team.
The Paralympic team is having their trial selection with a combination between the IFDS World, this event, and the Miami OCR. So you take your final finishing place, and then whoever has the lowest score at the end of both events goes. Yeah, it's very competitive. I'm really excited and hoping I can qualify.
The three classes here are the single-handed 2.4 meter, the double-handed Scud 18, and the triple-handed Sonar division. To sail these boats, each team has to meet certain specifications.
It's the classification system, which is how we all even out the playing field, if you like, on the water. Each disability has a point score. So a quad and a paraplegic, quadriplegic and paraplegic have 1 and 2 points, and amputees have different point levels, like 6 or 7s, and the maximum is 14. And the team of 3 must be no more than 14 points, and that's the way the point system works.
Once you are cleared to form a team, you can start to adjust the boat to your specific needs.
The only thing we have in the boat, it's a bench for the drift trimmer. He's sitting on a bench to get from one side to another because he's paralyzed from waist and down.
And then Hannah doesn't use any adaptions, so it's pretty much a standard sonar other than my seat and a bar to help me hold on and get across the boat.
This boat is similar to other boats as it is based similar to an 18-foot skiff. So 2 people can sail it. It's got the same control lines, it's got a spinnaker, it's got 2 sails. The only difference is that it's got a heavier bulb on the bottom, so the boats are completely safe for people in wheelchairs to use.
Nearly 100 sailors from 20 countries hit the harbor on Tuesday, trading their wheels for sails on the open water. These sailors treat the boats like extensions of their bodies, and since a vast majority have been adrenaline junkies their entire lives, the competition out there was fierce. Over the week, leads changed back and forth between countries as the crew's light and heavy air skills were put to the test. This is always the best way, especially at a Worlds, to let the cream rise to the top. France's 2-time Olympic medalist Damien Seguin battled Netherlands' Thierry Schmitter and Canada's Paul Tingley. The Norwegian team of Hans Solberg and Christensen kept their strong lead throughout the first 4 days of the competition in the Sonar class, and in the Scud 18 class, American team French Cordiaux traded blows with the Australian team of Fitzgibbon and Tesh. On the 5th and final day of the IFDS Worlds for 2012, one race was held on each race course. On the Sonar course, the Norwegian team took the top place at the podium with a 12-point lead over the second-place team.
This event has been great, especially for us, where we finished number 1. Friday the 13th was our lucky day, and, well, the opposite for the rest of the fleet.
For the Scud 18 class, Alexandra Brickham and Nikki Burrell of Great Britain finished first overall, marking their second World Championship title in a row. And in the 2.4 division, Damien Seguin from France impressively won the last race and the overall title.
It was a very good regatta for me because my baddest race was 4th, and yeah, it's amazing. It's my 3rd world title, and I'm really happy.
With Weymouth, England, and the 2012 Olympic Games getting closer and closer over the horizon, the Rolex Miami OCR built the stage for a 12-act performance for both Olympic and Paralympic aspirations. The Fin, women's match racing, men's 470, women's 470, the 2.4 meter, Scud 18, Sonar, Laser Radial, Laser Full Rig, the Star, and 49er class all descended on the Biscayne Bay from the north and the west. These classes of boats are discussed and decided every 4 years to be the best way to test men and women by themselves, in pairs, and in teams of 3 in every vessel for themselves format. Women's match racing will be the representation for straight up country versus country. No phone a friends, no ask the audience, just small battles adding up to a war. Sally Barco and crew came out strong, going 10-1 in the round robins. Lehtinen of Finland, Great Britain's McGregor, and Australia's Price rose to the challenge in the semis, but McGregor said, "You ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till you come to my turf this summer," with her triumphant performance. In fleet racing, the sailors at Rolex Miami OCR were not there only to prove who the best sailors are, but who the most competitive are. It takes a particular kind of mind to be able to deal with the pressures of this kind of contest. Overall, Damien Seguin of France won the gold in the 2.4 meter. Australia's Fitzgibbon and Tesh won the Scud 18 class. And Udo Hussels drove the Netherlands to a victory in sonars. On the last day of fleet racing, the top 10 in each class met in the medal round, where results counted double. Some gold medals would be decided with whoever beat who in that race. In the windsurfing class, Nick Dempsey won every single race, while Damita Vega de Lille of Mexico commanded the women's RSX. USA's Zach Rayleigh rounded off the Start Off the Regatta in first and Never Look Back club. Match racing battles within fleet racing ensued in the laser classes, but glory was earned by Paul Goodison of Great Britain in the laser class and Licia Zhu of China in the laser radial fleet. Close finishes in the Star and the 49er class crowned Brazil's Scheidt and Prada and Austria's Delakarth and Resch, respectively. Australia's Belcher and Page sneaked out victory over the Netherlands in the men's 470, and in the women's 470, the Netherlands came all the way back from backpacker to front attacker to claim gold. Congratulations to all the medalists and all of those representing their countries in the Olympic Games this summer. And there's more after this.
This year's Rolex Miami OCR played host to elite sailors from around the globe, with all eyes on the 2012 Olympic Games. When there was a choice in sails, 5 out of 6 class winners chose North. North Sails, the world leader in sailmaking.
Happy birthday, Bitter End Pro-Am. 2011 brings together a 25th anniversary celebration of pros, wildcards, and amateurs under the title sponsor McLaren banner. All who share a love of warm weather, warm breeze, and warm hospitality enjoyed a fleet of IC24s for a whole week.
Bitter End Pro-Am is a great concept. They put a carrot out there for us pro sailors to come holiday at the Bitter End for a week. In exchange, we do this friendly racing with the guests, the hotel guests.
It's what we strive for as a professional, to be able to come here and sail.
I think this is an awesome opportunity for all sorts of sailing abilities to get together, race, and have fun and learn a lot.
And these guys are fantastic. We get old and young, experienced and inexperienced, and everybody's just having a blast.
And this is the most fun you could possibly have doing any sailing in the world.
It works. I love it.
Rockstar sailor!
The Bitter End Resort is the kind of place you can only arrive to by water. For so many seafarers, attendance is a no-brainer. This year in the pro scene, there were faces old and new, including people like Peter Holmberg and Ed Baird, who have been coming back to the Bitter End religiously.
25 years of racing here at the Bitter End. Wow, you know, the first event we came to was uncharted waters. I mean, we came down here to a place that we'd heard a little bit about but never been to, and they treated us amazingly well.
For us, living around here, this is the rock stars came into our territory and raced, and so it's pretty special to come up here.
As the years went by, the guests started coming, and now it's a sold-out thing every year, which is great.
You go out there, yeah, we always want to win, but I really dedicate this week to meeting new people, telling them everything I've learned, and so it's always special for me to come here.
You know, it's just like it's coming home, really.
The Bitter End Yacht Club is an awesome resort to be at, definitely 5-star. You have so many things to do, water sports, spa, just relaxing. Everybody's so friendly and it's just a good relaxing time.
Last year was my first time. It was by far the best vacation I've ever had.
I've been coming to this event since the second one, so that makes 24.
This is our third time. I gave it to my husband as his 50th birthday present the first time, and we loved it so much we've come back every year.
Bitter End Pro-Am is the best kept secret in the Caribbean.
Nothing is constant except people having a great time.
And match racing is something I've never done before. And Cliff was kind enough to explain some of the rules tomorrow. We'll find out whether I was paying attention or not.
The pros are amazingly wonderful, fun, nice, and we've made friends that we've gone and seen other times during the year because you meet these people that love sailing from all over the country, which is a lot of fun.
Come join us. Cool. I'm going out. See ya.
You guys ready to go today?
You guys ready? Ready. All right, let's go sailing.
In the fleet racing portion of the regatta, 6 names would rise to the top, where match racing would settle the overall winners for the week. Zach Raley and Peter Holmberg were matched up for the fight for third, while Ed Baird and Anna Tunnicliffe lined up for the finals. So just to help out the imagery here, you've got Olympic champions, America's Cup victors, and World Yachtspeople of the Year. But you know what? Here at the Bitter End Pro-Am, they're just regular people, bailing out the boats, rigging, and just enjoying this sport called sailing. So let's call them Ed, Anna, Zach, and Peter. Ed's team held Anna's team off to claim the Pro-Am title for a record 7th time, while the real battle was between Zach's crew and Peter's crew. Both of the last 2 races came down to the last couple of inches, giving Zach and crew a come-from-behind claim on the 3rd spot on the podium. Congratulations to everyone. We want to see you next year.
Welcome from Singapore during the Clipper Races stopover. This race around the world for novice sailors. On this week's menu, Olympians in Miami. The Malacca's Strait, world's premiere in Cape Horn, but first, women do not skip school in Oman. Rendezvous Thursday for our full edition.
Since 1983, Heineken has been the sponsor for the aptly named Heineken Regatta. In its 37th year this year, T2P will be there, exposing the way they do things in St. Martin. It's serious fun, the serious part being the Caribbean breezes, and the fun part being the Caribbean teases. The full T2P team will also be down in the islands for the International Rolex Regatta. This crown jewel of Caribbean sailing is the oldest running regatta in Rolex's portfolio, and it has to be because of the beauty and hospitality of the island.
You will miss the perfect full moon at this year's Heineken Regatta in St. Martin. So sad. But don't despair, there's Dick's Full Moon Party at the Boatyard Bar and Grill for a howling good time. And you just never know who might drop.
The day after the Heineken ends, Bacardi Miami Sailing Week begins. This year will be the 3rd year we've reported from Biscayne Bay during this competition, and every year it gets bigger and bigger. The regatta has a long history with the Star class, and this being an Olympic year will draw in the numbers for sure. Bacardi has been involved for 85 years, and 2012 will mark 50 years in Miami. With several other Hot One design classes, all eyes will be on Miami. A tight squeeze for the production crew is to get from St. Thomas to Long Beach, California for the Congressional Cup.
Sailing is a huge event worldwide, and the Congressional Cup is the only Grade 1 international match race in the United States.
In match number 2, here's the dial-up.
As a professional sailor, it's a place that I go to hone my skills, to try to become better and to learn from every opportunity that you're presented.
Close as you dare to the pier, the teams use it as a pick. The crowd goes wild, literally looking down on their decks. Federace close to hitting the committee boat. He puts his bow down. Is there room in there?
Well the boat! Well the boat! Swing! Swing! Swing!
From the parties to the international sailors to the rough and tough tumble match racing on the water, it's the international playground for all the international skippers.
Richard was on starboard. There's a flag. Lindbergh, 2 jives, and we're not at the mark yet. And now, Ian Williams, Mark Callahan, Matt Cassidy, Bill Hardesty, Steve Hunt, and Mal Parker have won the Congressional Cup. The Congressional Cup, March 27th through 31st, 2012.
All of these events are on Facebook, under the event calendar on T2P. Let us know when you're going to be at these regattas so we can make sure you and your boat make the official regatta coverage videos. There are also caption contests with prizes and other fun behind-the-scenes shenanigans that we share. For T2PTV, this is Ashley Love.